Welcome everybody. Today we're doing yet another league with the beaters skills and Golgari colors without lures. Before we jump into the league, I would like to remind you guys that we are on the goal, which is depicted right here in the right corner. And that goal is simply as soon as we reach the required amount, or at least 50%, we will be guaranteed to get into a new deck on MTGO, which is going to be Abzan, which we tested a couple days ago, or actually a week ago. Hopefully we will get all the cards required for that to start playing as soon as the core 2021 set releases. Also on the right side, somewhere around here, you should see a Stream Decker link that will bring a pop-up with the deck list that we are using today. And as for the deck list, you can see that we haven't changed anything from yesterday's test. I decided to just roll with the same exact thing. I'm sure we're gonna see plenty of blue-white control, so I decided to leave the Nissa in. And sideboard is also not changed, so we're basically keeping it the way it was before. Also, if you would like to support me with other means than donations, there are two links on the bottom. One is for Mana Traders. If you decide to buy tickets or cards through Mana Traders website, use the affiliate link down there just by clicking on a picture. And another one is for the card hoarder. As soon as you go through that link and buy at least 10 tickets, you will get 1 bot credit for free. And I think now is the good time to just jump right into the league. Just once again, for those who are still joining, we are keeping the list the same. We're doing 5 games today, a full league, and I'm hoping we're gonna fare at least okay with the list that we have. Alright, so we got our first match. Hopefully the opponent is going to join the match. Alrighty. Okay. Terrible starting hand. We got a tap land and a bunch of super expensive stuff here, which is definitely not what I want to see. So this is going to be a mulligan, plus we go in second, so I feel okay with that. Much better hand. We got 2 lands, Pelt Collectors, Vine Constrictor, and Avatar. Out of all of these, I think it's worth to put a Pelt Collector down, as the only choice for me really here is Pelt Collector or Stonecold Serpent. And I would like to have the Stonecold Serpent just in case we need to protect against flyers or hordes of auras or anything other. So we'll put that on the bottom. It's his turn first, so let's see what he's playing. It's Plains. Soldier of the Pantheon. Seems like he's gonna be playing something like mono white life gain. Okay. Protection from multicolored. Really nice. We got Nissa. Let's play with Forest into Pelt Collector. I think we're pretty safe that he's not going to remove the Pelt Collector, but he's going to start getting a lot of life, and it's possible that this is Heliod combo. There is a Kethian and a Thraben Inspector. Maybe this is just mono white weenie, also possible. So you're gonna see an attack here from Soldier most probably. No attacks. I will play Overgrown Tomb untapped, play the Constrictor. And if we don't get another land next turn, we'll be able to drop a Stonecold Serpent. If we do get a land, I think it's gonna be worthwhile to drop a Hydra and kill one of his creatures. I could attack here with Pelt Collector, But just looking ahead, having Avatar is more important, I think, and I do want to have blockers in case he decides to attack right now. Shifat Dunes. Brave the Elements. So choose a color, white creatures you control gain protection, nice. That's very nice. Gets protection from green, that allows him to attack with all of these. Flipping the Kithian. So we're gonna be forced to attack the Planeswalker next turn. He gets to untap one creature. I might be forced to go in with Avatar if I don't draw a land next turn, just because I want to remove Gideon there. Declaration Stone, wow. Oh, and he grabs the Wine Constructor, not bad. Not bad. Got another Wine Constructor here. I could drop the Avatar here. Make sure Pot Collector gets Trample, and we can attack Gideon here. He doesn't have any more cards in his hand, so I feel pretty safe about that. Well, then we have more stuff to play, of course. Let's drop this in. Belt Collector go into 4. He should have removed the Belt Collector. That was his main mistake, I think. Now Gideon's gonna go either to 1, or we're just gonna kill it right away. One or the other is gonna happen, and I'm fine with both. Having 2 tramples on the field, he can't really kill either of those right now. And if he decides to block, he's gonna be left with only 1 creature. Even if he blocks, I think all 4 damage is gonna go through to Gideon, if I'm not mistaken, because I cannot assign damage to Soldier. I have to assign at least 1. Okay, so we're gonna deal 3 to Gideon and pass the turn. Gideon is at 1. He can go to +2, which is an option. Cracks the Clue. I'm guessing one of the cards is a land. It has another Declaration in Stone, that's going to be quite sad. We could crack the Clue next turn, hopefully get a land, then drop the Stonecold Serpent for 1, which is not ideal at all. If we don't draw a land, I think the best option is going Winding Constrictor. If we do, maybe Nissa. He's gonna attack us with the Gideon this turn. We're gonna take that. That's totally fine. Yeah, I'll take the 4. We have Trample, so next turn there is potential to just kill Gideon. There's the Plains. And it's our turn. We got a land. Unfortunately, it's an Overgrown Tomb. We're gonna take 2 here. And if we decide to play Voracious Hydra now, we could kill Soldier, but they're just gonna trade with Voracious Hydra. I think going Nissa here is okay, and even cashing in Nissa. He's gonna have to attack Nissa, we're not gonna take a lot of damage next turn. We're gonna get rid of Gideon here, that's for sure. We don't have to attack with both even. Or we could play just a Wine Constructor here. And if the Avatar is gonna die, at least that's gonna be a decent trade. And we're gonna clear his board, which I doubt he's gonna block at all. No. And I'm gonna play Wine Constructor after the blocks just to see if he's gonna block here. So let's go to combat. Swing both and get in. Get in is out. Unfortunately he didn't block with this, so we're gonna give him another life, which is okay. Pass the turn. We have a blocker on the field. That's decent. He drew another land. Seems like he's attacking with a Soldier of the Pantheon. He can pump it up with the Shafat Dunes. Oh, which I think is a decent trade if I just remove it, and maybe I should block not to go down too much, but I would like to keep the Wine Constructor. Just because I can drop Nissa next turn, -2 Nissa, and we're gonna have pretty big board state. We got a Scavenging Ooze as well. Could also go Voracious Hydra here, killing the Soldier so he doesn't attack anymore. Seems like one of the best options here. Maybe I could even double the counters, but that's not a lot of counters that's gonna get doubled. The Hydra is gonna go to 5, Trampler. Maybe that's the right way to do here. But I would like to remove one of the creatures, be able to block the other one, since he's gonna make another one at the end of this turn. So let's get rid of this. If he wants to trade by giving +1/+1, that's okay. I'll make the trade. This way he's gonna have only one creature on the next turn. So no trade here. Now we are free to go to combat. I'm pretty sure we can attack with all 3. Makes a 1/1. So, interesting if he's gonna assign the blocks here or not. Blocks the Constrictor. Double block, actually. Interesting, just because he's not able to kill Constrictor here. I want to get rid of Thraben Inspector so I can Scavenge and Ooze it next turn. So this is actually okay. He's just chump blocking. I'm not sure why double chump blocking. Should have blocked only with 1. Alright, we got this one. Let's go to sideboard. We're gonna be on the draw right now. No reason to play Thoughtseize. All of his creatures are pretty low CMC, so drawing Thoughtseize at the mid game would be terrible here. I do want to drop in Fatal Pushes as one of the best removal spells here, and probably Golgari Charms as well, just because Golgari Charm is effective at removing his 1/1s or creatures with 1 toughness. I don't want to drop in the Assassin's Trophy, so it's just going to be these two. And for the things that we're going to take out, I don't think Ozlet is that useful here. And maybe Scavenging Ooze is also not that useful here. Just so we don't go that much down in terms of number of creatures. I think this is a decent way to start the draw turn. Not a terrible start in hand. We have 3 Ballistas. We have Avatar and Rishkar. If we mulligan, we could go down to 1 land, which is not ideal here. He's starting with 7 cards in hand. We're definitely gonna see a 1-drop. If we don't draw a 1-drop, we're gonna probably be stuck till turn 3 without blockers. But I'm willing to take a risk just because I have Ballista here. If he drops the Kythian, we can always use Ballista to just kill the Kythian right away. There is a Mardu Reaper. So Graveyard Control, nice card for the Graveyard Control, mono white. We got another land. I will definitely go with the Bloomin' Marsh here and pass. I'm gonna take 2. And he's potentially gonna drop 2 more creatures. Thalia's Lieutenant. So we're gonna take 3 here. It's quite crucial to remove Thalia's Lieutenant next turn though, before more humans enter the field. Got a Voracious Hydra, not bad. I think I'm just gonna drop the Ballista. In case he tries to play more humans. If he doesn't play more humans, then we're just gonna chump block and kill Lieutenant. All depends what he's gonna play next. I think all of his creatures are humans, so this is essentially mono white humans. I definitely want to get rid of Lieutenant here. Don't want it to grow further, so we're just gonna kill that. He might have a protection spell in hand, so gotta be careful about that. I have a chance to play a Hydra next turn and try to remove Lieutenant. If he has the protection spell, it might not be that good. We're down to 13 here. There's a Throbbing Inspector, so we are not able to remove Lieutenant anymore. We gotta think carefully about how exactly we want to play this. Could play Hydra and double the counters, so it's gonna be a 2-3. We're still gonna take 4 from the Reaper, but we can block Lieutenant or Inspector if he doesn't play anything else. We need a Fatal Push here, I think. Got a Stonecold Serpent, which is nice. If he has the protection spell, we're still gonna be able to block with the Stonecold Serpent. I do want to eventually play Ballista here into Rishkar, which might not be seizable right now. So my best option seems like a Stonecoil here. Just try to block. If he has the Exile spell, well, that's going to be sad. A land would be super good on this turn, but we didn't get a land. So I could also play Stonecold Serpent, Ballista, so the next turn I can play Rishkar and pump both of these. If he uses his Exile spell, we're taking 6, 7, 2-turn clock here. Not great. This might be the best hope I have here. And it seems like I definitely need to draw a land next turn in order to be mana efficient here. Stonecold can effectively block Mardu Reaper if he doesn't have removal. That should be a pretty good turnout, since we block 4 damage coming in at us. There's a Militia Captain, so Thalia's Lieutenant is going to 3. Seems like he's going to combat, so you're gonna see all of them attacking. Or just Mardu Reaper. Let's see, do I want to block the 4 here? I might block the 4. If I don't draw a land, I won't be able to get rid of his militia captain here, which is a problem since he's gonna start making the 1/1s. And if he does, then I'm totally screwed here. I think I'm gonna take this 4. No reason to block just yet. Definitely don't want to lose his lieutenant. Got another Hydra. Not great. Could play Rishkar here. Have a 3/3 on the board and a 4/4. And as such, I would be able to cast Ballista next turn for 2. I'm drawing a lot of high CMC cards here, which is not very good. And I'm stuck on 3 lands. Both of these things kind of make me pretty weak here. He's got the Cult Leader. Now I need a Fatal Push to remove that. Got an attacking with the team. Have to block here now. Going pretty low. There is a trade happening here. And he's making a 1/1. Still not a land. Very sad. Very sad. I have to play Rishkar here, then I have 1 more mana, which I'm not gonna really use here at all. Or we play Scales into Ballista, have 3 counters. We can kill 1, 2, and that's it. Whereas with Rishkar we would have a blocker, and 2 counters on the Ballista. Still not enough to survive. Blocker, counter on the Ballista to kill this. Seems like my best bet to survive here would be the Scales into Ballista. But I have 2 blockers and I can remove 2 creatures. Kind of waste of Ballistas here. Seems like I don't have really a choice here. He has a removal spell right now, that's... Oh yeah, that's gonna do it. Making 2 more creature tokens. That's essentially gonna make enough to lethal here. Well, we're very slow just because of bad land drops and huge Hydras coming in for some reason. So sideboard, I don't think I want to change anything at all here. I want to be aggressive. We're going to be on the play. So starting the way we are, and we're going first. Decent start with decent threats. Only 1 land, not fantastic. This could turn out really good or really bad. It has bit me before, so I'm gonna mulligan this. One swamp, definitely cannot keep this either, so mulligan number 2. Battlelands, when Constrictor Hardened Scales, I will drop the Hardened Scales down. I will drop the Voracious Hydra down and keep the Ballista. Gotta try to be aggressive here at very least. So play the Pelt Collector, pass. He has his own 1-drop, Thraben Inspector. We're gonna be able to attack through. We got another Winding Constrictor. Let's play this first. Play the Winding Constrictor. Not like that. We can attack for 3 here. We have a blocker as well. Seems pretty good. Next turn we can play either a Walking Ballista to remove something, or a Winding Constrictor to potentially drop even larger Ballista. There's a Thalia's Lieutenant, drawing the Thraben Inspector, so we might have to play Ballista next. He has enough to block 2, but if we remove Thalia's Lieutenant we can actually attack here. This is a big threat, definitely don't want to grow in further, so definitely want to play Ballista here. Remove the Lieutenant. Go to combat and we'll attack for 5. He might want to block the Winding Constrictor here. If he does, he's risking losing that creature, because I can cash in my Ballista and kill the Inspector. So he has to be pretty cautious about that. I think he's not blocking just because of that, so that's great. We dealt enough damage down to 12. We draw a land, we have Experiment 1 into Winding Constrictor, which is enough to grow the Experiment 1. Banalish Marshal is pretty scary here. There's Avatar. This might be the better option here, actually. Considering I can even put the Avatar down. It's gonna come in with 3 counters, and Pelt Collector is gonna be a 5/5, allowing us to deal with Banalish Marshal if he wants to trade here. Or we can drop the Winding Constrictor now and play slow, which I don't really want to do that in this case. I want to be aggressive here and build my board state as soon as possible. So you got a 6/5 on the field and a 5/5. Definitely attacking with a 5/5 here. If he double blocks, he's losing both. Not blocking. Seems good. I need a land drop to begin up in my Ballista as soon as possible. He's at 7, pretty risky position. But if he drops a lot of small creatures, he might have to secure the waste, which is going to provide him with 3 creatures that are going to be 2/2s. Not great. Not great. Let's play Experiment 1. Play the Winding Constrictor. I'm definitely going to attack, even if he decides to block with all he has. I'm still attacking, because if I draw a land next turn, I can up my Ballista to 3, and that could be very, very lethal. And I don't want to attack with my Constrictor yet, though. So this is going to be a trade with Secure the Waste. I'm going to take it. I was right about that, so we got 3 2/2s. Has to block with his Thraben Inspector too if he wants to kill more than 1 creature. Well, he actually has to block with everything, otherwise he's blocking only with warriors and he's killing one creature only. So this still looks pretty good. If we draw a land, we can deal 3 to his face or deal with Benalish Marshal, up to us. If he blocks Avatar, that means Pelt Collector is going to be going up in counters, so I think he's going to block the Pelt Collector here. Maybe not. Okay, so we're going to take 2 for 1 here, and we'll deal 5 damage to his face. Not a bad result, as long as our Ballista survive. He's keeping 3 creatures on the board. We will have 5, and Pelt Collector is going to go up by 3 counters. Not a bad result. One is taking his time to think through. He's in a pretty tough position, being pretty low. That's exactly how Beaters are supposed to perform. It's supposed to be fast and aggressive. And I think we're doing pretty good at that so far this game. And we mulliganed this game down to 5 as well, which was a risky move. If he kills the Avatar, we'll have a 7/7 Trampler. If he decides to remove the 7/7, he's gonna have 3 creatures on the board. And we can attack with 4. And at least hit him with Ballista for 1. So he's gonna be down to 1 and he has to set up 4 blockers. It all depends what he's gonna top deck at this point, I think. Because if he had a solution in his hand, I don't think he would be thinking for that long. Okay, so we got an 8/8 Pelt Collector, but he has to remove this turn, otherwise he's done. And he has to be careful about the Ballista as well. If I get to put counters on it, he's also done. So he has to get rid of 2 cards here at this point. In addition to me having other creatures on the board that can attack. There's a Westvale Abbey. Doesn't help him yet. Another Benalish Marshal, setting up blocks. That could be good enough. And a Dauntless Bodyguard. Protecting this one. Okay. Definitely not attacking here, no point. He's trying to play the long game. Got a Stonecoil Serpent. Serpent. Not great. Not great. Not what I wanted. I wanted to land. It's like one of those times that I wanted to land here. We will still play it. It's gonna grow the Experiment 1, nevertheless. And if we attack with the Pelt Collector, he's gonna block with 2 warriors, potentially Bodyguard. If we attack with everything, just gotta think for a second, that's gonna be 8, so he has to block at least 7 out of that. So, assuming he's gonna take 1, 2, 3 block here, we're gonna be able to kill only 2 and not dealing any damage with Pelt Collector, and then he has 2 more blockers versus 5 attackers. Definitely not gonna do it. So he has to block 1, 2, and 3 more blockers. Still not. I think we have to attack with the team here. If I did the math correctly, we should be able to deal lethal here. Whatever the outcome is going to be, whether he's going to block Ballista or not block it. The trample on a Path Collector is a big thing. But at this point, both White and Constrictors are dealing lethal to him. And with one colorless, he doesn't have a way to win. So that was a good game. So we got off to a good start. That's nice. And I think we are just gonna go right away into another game. This league is ending in 4 days, by the way. Okay, so we got another game. So we are going second here. So our hand looks not quite promising. We are going second, but it's decent lands in our hand. We got Azalit, Constrictor, maybe a little bit too many lands. If we join a land, that's going to be pretty dead hand, but we are on the curve with Azalit, Constrictor, Nissa. This being game 1, I might keep it. I guess the outcome of this is going to be based on what exactly we're playing against. If it's blue-white control, the Azalit might be very useful here in turn 1. Whereas Nissa is not going to be that useful since it's going to get countered. I'll try to keep it and hope that we are not going to draw any more lands. Seems like it's mono black. We played against this before. Didn't do that good. Got a Voracious Hydra. It's coming along. We will be taking 1 next turn. And then the turn after that we'll take even more. Potentially Knight of the Ebon Legion is going to grow as well. Dusk Legion Zealot. We're taking quite some damage in these 2 turns. Taking 1 here for now. The only thing that would change my mind would be Path Collector, but we drew another land. So it's not all that bad. I could play White and Constrictor, which I'm not going to be able to block with, other than Zealot, but we're not going to be able to block Knight of the Ebon Legion, so he's going to deal 4 damage here, put a counter on a Knight of the Ebon Legion. And it's kind of getting out of reach for us to kill him with Voracious Hydra, but we will be able to double the counters on Voracious Hydra, so it's a promising turn, I guess. Plus, we can also play Nissa and just make it land. There's also a chance that he's just going to remove White and Constrictor, which is the worst possibility of all, I think. There's a Castle Wachtwain. Happened 3 for Sorin. This is Vampires. Vampires Tribal. Great. The White Constrictor is gonna die here. Unfortunately. We'll take 4. Or 1 here only. He's not gonna get a counter on this. That's a good side of it. Another land. Not great. Playing Hydra here is not great either. I think I'm just gonna play Nissa and +1 to have some kind of blocker, hopefully. Hopefully he doesn't have huge vampires in his hand right now. If near Deadlands. Fatal push on the plant. And now he can kill Nissa. Jeez. Gets life and kills Nissa at the same time. We gotta bring in a lot of removal on our sideboard. Done. Everything we have. Still cannot kill that, but this is our only option here, I guess, if it's gonna get removed. Thanks for the 7 lands, I guess, once again. Let's double the counters. We get some counters. They're gonna be put in Ozlet, hopefully, if he's gonna kill the Hydra. Thoughtseize. Good job. Go down to 25 and don't take anything. You can see my terrible hand right there. That's ugly. Deck is letting us down. Gives it lifelink once again. Going to attack us. I will take this to the face. If he decides to pump it, I'll take the pump too. Taking 6 here. Got a walking ballista. If I attack the Sorin here, I will potentially bring him down to 3. Not quite that yet. He decides to do -3, at least he's gonna lose Sorin. He's still defenseless against Knight. He can sack the desert, he can make a mutable creature, he can do a lot of stuff here. Hate to take that much damage though, if he's gonna give +1 to Knight and then gives +1, right? Yeah. +1 counter to the Knight, that's 5 plus 3 more, that's 8. And then I'm down to 4, which is very low. What is that gonna be? Heartless Act? Guess not. Definitely bringing in Assassin's Trophy, Fatal Pushes. Thought Seizes even maybe. Not next game, on the 3rd if we get there. There's a Heartless Act. Removes 3 counters, so we definitely have to make sure he doesn't even get a chance to -3 here. Very bad spell against us since it doesn't let us put counters on Ozolot. He decides to attack here, we'll take the damage and then can kill Sorin, I guess. Don't have a blocker if we draw a land. Makes a mutable creature. You're gonna take 6, 7 here. Experiment 1 is not a great card here. It's a 3/3, makes a 4/4 if we block the Knight of the Ebon Legion, if he has removal, like if Near Deadlands is gonna do it. We're pretty much done here either way. I just don't see a way to win here. Drawing Experiment 1 that late definitely doesn't make a good impression here. Start going to the sideboard here. We have Assassin's Trophy that we can bring in. We have Fatal Pushes, for sure. But that's about all that we can bring in, and Stone Cold's gotta leave. They just don't make sense here at all. Going down with the number of creatures, but maybe drop the Scavenging Oozes too. Also an option. Keep the Serpents in, drop the Scoozes. Has a lot of removal. I like to keep the Oozes in, but life might be relevant later on. Next game we also bring in Thoughtseizes. This game I don't want to bring Thoughtseizes since we're on the play. I want to be as fast as possible, try to kill him. This deck doesn't do really good against vampires because of all the lifelink. And I'm just hoping that I can get by. Lifelink and Death Touch, those are the two things our deck is scared here. And if he has another Knight of the Ebon Legion on turn 1, that's gonna be a problem. Or 2-drop the, what is it, the Vidalcan guy from Aetherial. 2-drop. One takes his time to sideboard. Maybe you should be doing the same too. I just don't see another relevant thing to bring in here. Maybe Golgari Charms, but I would rather have the Ozlets than Golgari Charms. Alright. Definitely playing first. That's an ugly hand to start with. There's quite a high chance that we're not going to draw on the land. If we do, this is going to be quite explosive. I'm going to regret this, mark my words. Fatal push. Yeah. I thought he's even better. Take a peek. Grab my scales. Or Constructor, up to you. He has quite the choices here. Every single card he wants to get rid of here. Except maybe Scales. He decides to grab a Constructor in case I draw a land here. Which we do. Playing Scooz right now doesn't really help. It's gonna put only one counter on the Experiment 1, so we're gonna do 1 more damage. But overall, he can still kill the Experiment 1 and the Scavenging Ooze if he decides to. Pretty sure he has Fatal Push or Heartless Sack in his hand. he drops Knight, then I'm just hoping for a land next turn. There's a Gifted Aetherborn. That's a card that's worthy of eating the Assassin's Trophy. Could make a trade with Experiment 1 here as well. My Assassin's Trophy is gonna get a land. I don't want to do that. I think I want to do a Voracious Hydra here, maybe. Just because I can double the counters, and Experiment is still gonna be a 3-3. It's gonna get pushed though, I'm pretty sure. Still gonna attack for 3 here. He decides not to block it. Okay. I wonder if he's stuck on 2 lands. If he is, then it was a wise choice not to play Assassin's Trophy yet. No, he has lands. He has to play his Heartless Acts and pushes. Although next turn we can play Assassin's Trophy and push his Aetherborn. There's a Sorin. He's got a big vampire in his hand. There's a Kalitas. Well, I got a new target for Assassin's Trophy, I guess. No attacks. And I got a Belt Collector. Alright, let's play Assassin's Trophy, make sure this dies before anything else. And potentially we can put counters on the Belt Collector here. And go to combat and attack them both. If I want to attack Sorin with this and attack him with that, just to make sure Sorin dies here, I guess. So blocks the Voracious Hydra, wants to get rid of that. Sorin is still gonna die, so that's 2 for 1, and we get counters on the Belt Collector. Pass the turn. So let's see, we got 2, 3, 4 creatures in the graveyard. And he's at 13. He's got 4 cards in his hand, so there is a chance he might have something of value there. There is a Mutable, and seems like pass. Interesting. So a ton of removal in his hands, probably. I could still play Scavenging Ooze here, I guess. Try to remove his stuff. But before that, I wanna attack him. In case he tries to kill Experiment 1 and remove the counter, and then play Scavenging Ooze and it's gonna get a counter back. There's a Mutable. Is he gonna block? Interesting. And a bump. Heartless Act. Huh. Okay. That's nice. Still goes down to 10. play the Scoos. Get rid of his Kalitas. And I guess the gifted Aetherborn as well. Get 1 life back in total, and we have a 6/6 Scoos. If he has another removal, great. If he doesn't, he's definitely taking 3 next turn, at least. Still has 2 cards in hand though, so it's too soon to be making any conclusions yet. Three, another sword, possibly. Oh, he's gonna Swift and the Scavenge News. Yep, that's gonna work. There is the Murderous Rider played here. Got another Experiment 1. Go ahead and attack him for 3. Down to 5. He's gonna get life back right now, but we can attack for 4 next turn. Except he has Mutavolt. There's Ifnir Deadlands. Attacks for 2. We'll take the 2. He's up to 7. This is scary. He can put 2 -1/-1 counters and block with the Mutavolt. Definitely need something big like a Stone Coil, Voracious Hydra, one or the other. Why would you make a Mutavolt a creature right now? Champion of the Dusk, makes sense. Loses life but draws cards. Really nice. Got a Winding Constructor, not the worst card here, I guess. Has a Fatal Push. Has an answer for everything. Okay, we have to pass here. Cannot attack through Champion of Dusk. Let's see, Walking Ballista would be great here, I think. 4. Is that another Kalitas? Possible. Yep. Not sure why it died. Experiment 1 had 2 oh, it didn't have counters on it, never mind. Or did. Well, we're taking 6 here. He's going up to 7 again. We're empty-handed in a Woodland Seminary kind of situation. You could have regenerated the Experiment 1 first to make a 4/4 instead of a 3. Basically, when I played the Wine Constructor, I get your point there. Yeah, he had a removal, so it wouldn't matter anyways. But that's a nice touch. I actually forgot about that. You could use the removal of counters and then play the Constructor on top of that, and it should be able to get more counters in return. Well, Not much I can do here now. He had a ton of removal between Ifnir Deadlands, 2 Fatal Pushes, Heartless Act. I thought Seized and hit me on the turn 1. And then a Sorin with his potential +1. It's kind of crazy. All that plus the amount of creatures he had. Unbelievable. And Mutable doesn't help, really. The deck just likes to give lands, like all the time. Just stuck on all these lands, being drawn every freaking turn. Alright, well, cannot do anything about that. Now that's magic for you right there. That was a tough matchup. I think it's one of the worst matchups to see between aggro and aggro in terms of playing beaters. Just because it does everything. It removes, it makes creatures, it makes blockers, big blockers, and it makes potentially life-gaining situations where you cannot really do anything there. So got a Pelt Collector, Avatar, Azalith, and Rishkar. There's a potential here by playing Pelt Collector, Azalith, Rishkar, and then Avatar on top of all that. No scales, but I'll keep. Go in second, we might actually even draw a Wine Constructor. Thraben Inspector, I guess it's another mono white. Got a Walking Ballista. Okay. No attacks, plays nothing. That's suspicious. You gotta land. I do want to play Ballista here, just so that I can rush car next turn. Put counters on a Ballista. He's definitely cracking the clue on this turn. And then we have to pass. Heliod. Oh. Okay. Well, at least we have Ballista. And we got a Nissa. Alright, so we play the Llanowar Waste, we play Rishkar, and we can also play Azalith on the same turn, or an Avatar even. Or we can play Nissa here, doesn't really do much at this point. Okay, Rishkar it is. Need to make sure in case he plays a Walking Ballista to make sure that I can remove that. Ballista and a Rishkar. I think I want to attack here. Dealing 4 as soon as possible. Knight of the White Orchid. There is another Thrall Inspector that's gonna make this a creature. Might want to get rid of the knight here, so that he doesn't attack us for 5. Or maybe not just yet. I'll let him swing for 5. We can drop Nissa next turn even. He doesn't even swing. Okay. Got a Pelt Collector. Let's play the Tomb. I'll pay life for that. Play Collector. Play Nissa. Play Avatar. Gonna have to tap 2 here, whereas I could attack here as well. Just play Pelt Collector into Nissa. -2. If I get rid of this, I'll delay him a little bit on Heliod. But I'll be down to 1 counter here. Okay. And of course I'm not gonna attack with this, so we can actually play Ozolid here. Now we go to combat and we attack for 7. Pass the turn. If he wants to get rid of Nissa here, he might. It's up to him. Otherwise I have a choice of putting counters on Ballista next turn, which is not great, but it's something. It's got another land. Seems like he's not playing anything yet. Not attacking either. Okay. Got a Leno Waste. Not bad. Let's make a plant. Could add counters on a Ballista. I could play the Avatar here as well and attack for a lot. I want to play this, I think. So play the Avatar. Get the threads going. Just gonna have trample now. We'll go to combat. Attack with all of these. Decide to block Rishkar. That's great. Double blocking actually. Never mind. Sideboarding. That was great. We got pretty lucky with drawing Ballista there. Definitely one barrier breach to get rid of Heliods here. And let's see, pushes of course, and Thought Seizes. All of these should be able to secure the win here, I hope. Puzzle it, not really need that. Not here at the very least. Scavenger was also not the big thing in here. And Stone Coals. I'm gonna drop 2, just because he's playing mono white. This is what we're gonna be going with. Dropping a little bit of 2 drops and a couple of 1 drops, putting in 4 1 drops and 2 3 drops. And I believe we were playing second there as well, if I'm not mistaken. That was a win on playing second, yeah. Not bad. 2 woodland cemeteries. This seems like a terrible start. Also no responses, no failed pushes, no barrier breach, no Thoughtseize. I want to mulligan this. 2 fatal pushes, but only a forest in hand. Has a lot of potential. We should eventually draw into a black source. Guess I'll keep. I'll try this out. Hopefully it doesn't punish us that much. We're being on the draw, so there's a chance. Ideally Grange tapped, so no 1-drops. Got a Bloom and Marsh. This is pretty good. That allows us to actually take on with speed as well. The deck is full of surprises. So if you check out all my other videos, you're going to see that I tested a lot in terms of what should I play, the Elves build or this aggro build. And I think the aggro build right now in the current meta does a lot more, being able to win before all the combo decks combo off. And that I think is the primary cause why I chose to play League with this specific list. Otherwise, Elves are still okay. Although if you're facing Inverter, if you're facing Blue-White Control, you might not be in a good position there with Elves build. But I've always been a fan of aggressive build, this beaters build, at least since Pioneer started. When I started testing out, I've been a fan of beaters. Okay, so Woodland Seminary, not bad. Not bad at all. Let's play the Nissa. He has a lot of removal here. He cashed in the Ballista. That's nice. Let's see how you deal with Nissa. I still have 2 pushes and a Ballista in hand. I get to draw a barrier breach. We can even get rid of Status Snare here. There's Daxos. He's gonna eat the Fatal Push. And Atomic. Both are gonna eat a Fatal Push. Definitely don't want him to get life, and flying is gonna kill Nissa eventually. I don't want it to happen. And we can also play Ballista here too. Not bad. Do I want to cast it right now? That's on enter the battlefield or on a cast? On an enter the battlefield. And this doesn't really do much other than flying. So let's play Ballista here. For 1. I could attack here for 1, so it might not be a bad idea to push it right now actually. So let's push that. Let's -2 Nissa. Go to combat and attack for 1. Now we're pretty empty-handed, but we have interesting threats on board. Yeah, Sultai Delirium, it's a 50-50 for me. I think it's okay against Sultai Delirium. It can do okay as long as you have the right main board for it, I think. The deck struggles a lot against removal heavy though, like mono black and stuff like that. So you see a Charming Prince. Scrying 2. Okay. Alright, so he's looking for the pieces. That's not bad for us. Can put the counter on a Ballista here. And at the same time we could remove the Charming Prince. Thank you for the follow. I really enjoy when people watch the channel and stick around helping out with the league. So I really hope you're enjoying this as much as I do. Okay, what's the plan here? I think the plan here is to +1 Nissa. I want to keep her on the field. I will get rid of the Charming Prince here after attacks. So deal 3 here. And pass and see what he plays. Thrappen Inspector. That's fine. He's got a clue. He's not going to attack. Or he is going to attack. Ugh. And he's attacking Nissa? Sure, let's kill you. I'll cash in Ballista for that. She's gonna be at 1. Not quite great. And I definitely need to get rid of Stasis Snare as soon as possible. If he has Heliod, that's gonna be a problem. Something big is coming in. Ballista. Okay. I'm actually okay with that, I think. I want to kill you in response to. Not gonna give you the chance to have the combo. He's killing my plant. We got another land. Ton of lands. Gotta love that. I'm gonna go +1 here. I'll pass. No attacking here. Makes no sense, he's gonna block. Really wish we had that Ballista. I guess Nissa could have taken the 2, go down to 1. Maybe. Alright, so you see a Knight of the White Orchid. It's gonna get another land. I delete Grange. That's a counter on the Thraben Inspector. Pretty sure he's gonna attack right now. At Nissa. Might want to cash in the plant here. I don't want Nissa to go yet. I don't want it to lose the counters yet either. That's not even it. Anafanza. Some great draws on top. I wish we had the same. That's 3 lands in a row or 4? Pretty good, right? Yeah, I think so. Well, let's keep going with the +1. Watch him. He's gonna hit Heliod on the next turn. And I'm gonna hit yet another land on the next turn. Combat. Oh, we're going at Nissa, of course. Okay. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Okay, let's see what he has. Although I think I already know what he has. Oh, he actually has something. Let's stays a snare, okay. Okay. Jeez. My draws against his draws. Unbelievable. Sure, let's just lose 2 life for nothing and pay 1 mana. Ah. This would be dead anyways. I would have kept the plant, I guess, if I did it other way around, but that's quite irrelevant since we have only 2 Nissas in a board, in a main board. Charming Prince. Every single draw is a creature or a Stasis Snare. That's just crazy. Unbelievable. Ton of value. Superior draws. This game is over. Oh god. Uh so 3 lands, a Thoughtseize, and then another land. That's my 5 draws in this game. So far I had only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards that I could play that are not lands. I'm just gonna be even quiet about the Thoughtseize. Whereas he had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. Unbelievable. I'm just done. There's no way I can get out of this at this point. Unbelievable. It's just crazy. That's at 22 lands. I just don't see how that could have been happening. Probably gonna be on the play now. Still gonna keep the Thoughtseizes, I guess. Just because I can. Gotta have those Thoughtseizes just in case he has Heliod. This could mean everything in this case. Let's play first, so I have more chance. We got Barrier Breach, we got Ballista, Nissa, and Experiment 1. Guess I'll keep no scales here, but there's a potential. Certainly because I have Barrier Breach here. That's gonna delete his Stasis Snare if he decides to grab Experiment 1. And it's gonna get rid of his Heliod. I guess what I want to draw next would be Wine Constructor. Oh, the Absent version. That's funny that you asked. I am doing every Sunday a stream where I test the new spoilers from Court Set 2021. And last time, so far I did 2 streams on Sundays, and both times I tested the Absent skills with the new Wine Constructor and Selesnya colors, Conclave Mentor, and I think so far it looks fantastic. That's just my opinion. A lot of people don't agree with it. A lot of people think that 12 skill effects is too much. I think it depends what you're playing in a deck. Beaters, Absent Beaters, with the usual list, but adding stuff like Hoadley Raptors and the Conclave Mentor, it just looks so much better, even though you're adding the mana confluences, which make you lose life, and the mana base is slightly more shaky. Overall, I think it's pretty good. I've tested other versions too, meaning I think new archetype is coming up, which is going to be Super Friends and Scales, where you play a ton of Johnnies with Hoadley's Raptor in conjunction with slight black, just for the sideboard removal and for the Wine Constructor. But overall it looks super good. I like the Super Friends list the most, and the Absent Beaters list as well. And a Fanza. And a Fanza it is. Very strong card to play here. Got a Bloomin' Marsh. Could play Nissa. Or I could play Ballista. Either doesn't do much here. But I think I'll play Nissa. I don't want to attack here. And I'll just make a plant. There's a potential of dropping Walking Ballista for 2, putting in a counter from Nissa. Yeah, you can check out the videos with on Twitch, and you can check out them on YouTube, which you can find a link down below. And the YouTube videos are slightly more polished, and they don't have extra empty space there and breaks and so forth. The Ajanis, well, I tested the Ajani Greathearted mainly because it puts counters on other Ajanis too, and played with Ortho Ajani since it puts counters on the creatures and then makes the Planeswalkers cheaper. And the Mentor, yeah, I've tested Mentor. I had 2 Mentors, but I don't think it's that good. If we are trying to win as soon as possible, Mentor is so-so. Other than that, I used Vivian in there and Nissa. And I had Basri. I tested Basri a little bit, but I wasn't impressed by it. I think if you're between Basri and the 3-drop Ajani from Court 14, I believe, the 3-drop Ajani is better. Alright, enough Fanza with a counter. He's gonna attack Nissa with Anafanza here. You're gonna have to block with a plant. Which I will. And then we see a Walking Ballista. Okay. That's a combo. I'll cash in the Walking Ballista and you can clear my experiment once. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, he's gonna have to cash in Ballista here. Okay. So it's gonna be trade 2 for 1, not in my favor. Guess we're gonna have to take that. This a turn earlier would be fantastic, but we didn't get it a turn earlier. Let's play our own Ballista here. Put the counters in both. We could get rid of Anafanza here, we could get rid of Knight here. But for now we're just gonna pass. Anafanza is gonna be the primary target to get rid of here. Can't attack past these unless he has the Stasis Snare. He got 6 mana here. Mortal Sun. That's tough. That's tough. Avatar. Do I want the Avatar? Do I want to pump the Ballista? Make sure I clear them up. I think in this case I want to pump the Ballista. This way I can attack. It's kind of risky. If he has another Ballista, that's gonna hurt. If I attack with a Wine Constructor, he's gonna have to double block to kill it, and we can Ballista in response. If I attack with Ballista, he's gonna have to double block, and we're not gonna be able to kill both. So let's go to combat. Back with the Constructor. Should have killed this before this hit the board. That's my mistake, I guess. Decides to double block. Doesn't matter. Okay. Let's kill this so that we have more counters left on the Ballista. This way we get rid of 2 creatures and we still keep our board. Yes, Ballista goes down 3, but at least we clear up the board on his side. This is still crazy. I didn't know this kind of deck played this. First time I'm seeing that. In Pioneer, at least. Okay, that dies. And that costed us only 3 counters there to clear up 2 creatures. Immortal Sun, drawing the second card for him. Wish I brought Assassin's Trophy, if I knew. Five. He can get 6, he can get a Ballista. Instead he gets a Sky Sovereign console flagship, which is gonna delete our Ballista from here. Very sad. Very, very sad. Guess we're gonna deal 3 to you. A lot of artifacts here. Interesting. I wish this hit artifacts. Alright, let's play Avatar. Go to combat. Swing with the Constructor. Bring him down a little bit. Avatar can actually block Sky Sovereign. That double draw on a turn is quite annoying. I wish he plays Heliod right now. And it stays a snare or something like that. I could take that. That's 4 mana. If he plays a white something, he can generate even more mana. Maybe even empty his hand right now. Who knows? Arcanist Owl. Looks for Heliod. Baffling Hand. Okay. I'm guessing he's gonna remove the Avatar here. With a Baffling Hand. Constrictor. Okay. And the Stasis Snare. Oof. Oh, you're killing me. I can't. He has an Immortal Sun. That unfortunately says that Planeswalker abilities cannot be activated. So that's why it says also he'll blocked by the Immortal Sun. So I cannot use abilities at all. It's gonna attack me. And kill Nissa at the same time. course it's a land. Why am I even surprised? Well, let's make a dinosaur. Well, let's make a dino. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it says so much on the card that it's quite easy to forget at least one of its facts. Guess I should have done it on hand stop. This way he wouldn't have had... that's my mistake. I don't think I can survive this anyways. The main mistake I did here was playing this on my step, whereas I should have done it on his end step. After he attacked with Sky Sovereign. But I don't think it changed much. He has card advantage that I don't have. And he pretty much removed all my threats already. While having 10 power on the board, flying. And then life gain, yeah, sure. That's 11. Down to 2. And I can't attack past Daxus. Yeah, it wouldn't be relevant anyways if I decided to do it on his hand step. Just because he has Daxus, I cannot kill him. He has life gain from Daxus. And we have only 2 turns to take. There's no way we can get out of this anyhow. Maximum I can get on Ballista is 2. Just no way. That's a good game. I don't think the deck usually plays those crazy cards. And he would suffer a lot against the usual matchups like blue-white control and others. He just got lucky that he got into aggro. But I don't think that deck is super viable. It's okay. Having the Heliod combo in there, having the Bolster from unoffensive, but other than that, he got luckier than us by drawing the Immortal Sun, of course, and the Sky Sovereign, which are usually not played on that deck. Alright, match 4. Next stream is going to be on Sunday, and that's when I'm going to do a little bit of testing with the new cards. Probably Abzan, Beaters and Abzan Super Friends again. Maybe I'm going to do Selesnya and Pioneer, maybe Selesnya and Standard. And I usually do testing on non-tap, so it's a different platform since MTGO doesn't have cards yet from the new set. And it's fun to play the new set. Okay, that's going to be a mulligan. Definitely a mulligan. Weird. But I guess it's a keep. No black source. I think I'm gonna drop Collector here, since I'm not sure what I'm playing against, and if it's controlled and I want to have my experiment one. Yeah, anytime. I'm happy to chat. Chatting helps to stay focused, and usually, you know, I miss a lot of stuff, so people help out sometimes. It's also great. Yeah, it would be awesome. Sundays are usually emptier. Not a lot of people are interested in the new, you know, spoilers and new cards. for some reason, especially Sundays for some reason are empty. Last time I couldn't get games started, not a lot of people playing, so maybe this Sunday we'll do it later in the day. For now, it's at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Elvish Mystic, Blooming Marsh. It could be a mirror match against Scales. It could be the Elves list. We'll see. Lanoa Elves. Scrap Heap Scrounger. Interesting. I don't know what I want to play next. I can play Scavenger Ooze, get a counter on Experiment 1, or I can play Hardened Scales. And if I do the first option where I play the Scavenger Ooze, the Experiment 1 is going to be a 2-2. And then I can play an Avatar and bring it to even higher. So that could be a pretty good option there. Just I have a fear that Scavenger Ooze is going to get removed here. And I don't think I want to attack past the Scrounger yet, so we're just going to pass. I would like to keep my Experiment 1 alive. That's a Tomb untapped. It's only 2 cards in hand. So I'm guessing he has a Steel Leaf Champion and a 2-drop. Shadow Spear, okay. Shadow Spear is good. Cannot equip it yet. He can attack with his Scrap Heap Scrounger here. Which I think he will. No. Okay. He's at 0 cards in hand. We're drawing lands again. 2 lands in a row. Nasty. Let's play the Hardened Scales into Avatar now, I guess. Avatar can effectively block the Steel Leaf Champion. Even if he equips the Shadow Spear there. As for the Experiment 1, I could attack here. Which I think is not a bad option here, all things considered. So let's go ahead and attack with the Experiment 1. No blocks, so going down to 14. And we pass the turn. Scavenger Ooze is scary for opponent here, because if he attacks and we both lose a creature, Scavenger Ooze is going to get 4 counters, but I think he got a field push. Or similar, or not. I'm not sure what he has. He's equipping that Shadow Spear, sure. That's fine. 6-5. I'm gonna attack with it. Lifelink Trample. I'm happy to block. Sure. Why not? We'll trade. And now we get 4 counters and Scavenger Ooze next turn, which is not bad. He's gonna equip the Shadow Spear to the Scrap Heap Scrounger, I guess. Yeah, that's okay. Do you want to trade your Scrap Heap Scrounger too? I can trade my Experiment 1 if you want. I don't think I need to play the Tomb yet. I can just keep it there. Let's play the Forest. And let's start exiling Start putting counters on this. We can attack with the ooze, keep this behind for the blockers. Or we can attack with both. Get some life back. And as a bonus we can attack for 6 here. If we attack with both, this is just gonna lead us nowhere, since he's gonna get life back. Just attacking with ooze is okay. So down to 14. He needs a fatal push now. I think he surrendered. Yep, cool. I think there was a land on him, so that's unfortunate. Fatal push is in, I think, and could use the Soulglow Lanterns, I guess, just because he has some graveyard interaction with the Scrounger. I feel like Golgari Charms here, though. Being able to clear all these 1/1s is not a bad idea. I don't think we need Ozoliths. It's questionable. I didn't see any removal yet, so we might need it, we might not need it. Definitely keeping the Scavenging Ooze. Nissa can stay, or she can go. Oh, opponent just surrendered. Alright, free win, I guess. Why not? That was weird. He didn't want to play, because he didn't think his deck was capable. Maybe this was his last matchup and he lost all before. I don't know. Well, so far we had 2-2, so we gotta play another one. If I remember correctly, I should have enough play points, even if we just do 2 wins here, to have another free league. Not today, but in the future, maybe next week. Let's see how we do in match 5. That was nice open. Just surrender. Why not? Do it when I do the stream so I can show the deck, of course. So we're definitely not gonna have any 4-1 or 5-0 today. There's a chance we're gonna do a 3-2, which is always decent. It's sort of paying off for another league. Even a 2-3 is okay, since we're getting 50 play points. That's putting us pretty close to another league, so fine with both. I'm satisfied how the deck is doing today. We got a really unlucky match with Mono Black, and some unlucky draws there, and against Mono White, I believe we just drew all the lands possible that we should have and should have not drawn. It happens. Seems like it's tough to find Bono right now. In almost 2 minutes. Alright, finally. Final match. Let's see how we do. Going first. Yay, I'll take it. Not with this hand though. No, no, no. It's not that bad. Just no skills, 2 Experiment ones and a Bloomin' Marsh, 2 Ballistas. It's not fantastic. I want a fantastic hand. I guess it's a little bit better. Not huge lot better, but a little bit. You can start with a Stonecold Serpent, followed by a Winding Constrictor, and then another Stonecold or Ballista. Watery Grave untapped. Fatal Push, Thoughtseize. So Winding Constrictor is going to the bin. I think we're playing against Inverter here. It's a slow hand for an Inverter matchup. Okay. Well, we're gonna be able to deal 1 down to 15. Got a Nissa as well. There's a chance we can play Nissa next turn. This way I want to play Ballista. Just in case we draw the land, which we've been pretty lucky drawing lands so far. And nothing but lands. So if we draw a land, we can play Nissa and put a counter on Ballista and Stonecold Serpent. Hopefully opponent doesn't have a Fatal Push for Ballista. That's not what we're looking for, but we can play this. Go to combat, attack with these two for now. Doesn't have a Fatal Push yet. There's an opt. So next turn we can play Stonecold Serpent if we don't draw Ballista. I mean, not Ballista, land. And if we play Stonecold Serpent, Pelt Collector is gonna get a counter. So there's a potential we can deal 4 next turn. Double opt and a Fabled Passage. Okay. Both cards were put on the bottom. Got a Forest. Can play Nissa here. He's gonna push something. Sensor. I guess that works. So we're dealing only 4 here. And 3, I mean, because it didn't grow the Belt Collector. But Stonecold Serpent would have been censored anyways. Oh, that's not great. Nissa would be fantastic there. I would have sped it up a little bit by 3. And then we would have Ballista on 2. It would be effectively down to 5 at the least. Now we're gonna see Inverter, I think. He has the combo pieces in hand. Otherwise it could be a board wipe. Down to 8. That's an Inverter. That means we are losing next turn. Kind of attack past it too, so that's kind of rough. Rishkar is interesting. Can grow this, put counters on this, attack for 6, and have Ballista in addition to it. He will block. I'm happy to try it. I don't think we're gonna win. He has 5 cards in the library, and 2 opts were in between those cards. He's gonna draw 1. 4 cards left. He literally just needs to go down to 2 to win with the although I might want to keep the Ballista. It's gonna feel bad if he has Fatal Push. I'm gonna feel bad if he has Fatal Push. But if he plays his Merfolk, you can Ballista it. It's a 2 toughness, right? If I'm not mistaken. Gotta cool that quick. Inverter. Thassa's Oracle. It's a 3 toughness. 3 toughness. That's not gonna work the way I planned it to work. So instead we're gonna just attack. Gonna take 4 here for sure. Blocks the Ballista. So he's taking 6 here. He has to win next turn, otherwise he's done. He should be winning next turn, as long as he draws the opt right now. Oh, we got it. He didn't draw the opt. Haha. That's Peter's for you right there. We won because we were fast enough. Only because of that. Alright, Soul Guide Lanterns. That usually helps if he tries to play Inverter, and then we Soul Guide Lantern to wipe his graveyard. He has 0 cards in library and loses on the next turn. Usually they don't do it just because of that. They're gonna delay the play on an Inverter. I'm not playing with any specific cards to target Inverter here like I did before, so we have to improvise. I could grab the Assassin's Trophy to make sure Inverter goes away. I could play with Thought Seizes to get rid of Inverters. And Duress, I guess, 2 is a nice touch. Being on the draw here. Fatal Push is not bad, just against the Thassa's Oracle. I don't know. It's kind of tough. Azalith is nice because he's gonna bring in a lot more removal right now, a lot more board wipes. So I want to keep it in here. Scavenging Ooze is okay as well, in case he's gonna drop the Oracle in the graveyard and we can squeeze it. I don't think I want Nissa here. This is the last thing I want. This is pretty slow, not fast enough. I don't want Voracious Hydras here either. Question becomes, do I want the Fatal Pushes or not? Or do I want the Assassin's Trophy, which I think is the better choice here. Which also means that I have to get rid of something else. And being on the draw, I think Stone Cold Serpent is going to be that something else for now. We got the first one, but now winning is going to be super tough. Yeah, I can't wait to see it too. I haven't seen it in like last 3 streams. It just doesn't show up. It doesn't do anything, unfortunately. 2, we got Scavenging Ooze, Hardened Scales, Ballista, nothing really reactive to the Inverter. But we could keep this. Play Scales on turn 1, Squeeze on turn 2, make him play around the graveyard control. I like his name, Dwarves the Team. It's the name of a drug. Kinda cool. I respect him for that. Duress. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. A lot more than Scales. I like it that much that I want to do it right now. Legions and Fatal Push, Thassa's and Jace. Oof. That's fire. I definitely want to get rid of Legion's End, because then he's gonna hit my Scavenger Ooze when I play it. Fatal Push is not that scary. Damn, that hand is pretty good. Now he's gonna play Jace. Having two is kind of redundant. For now. Later he's gonna flip it and of course it's gonna come in handy. Yeah, if he gets to the Inverter on turn 4, I'll be screwed, because then he has passes Oracle and he wins pretty quickly. We will see. I think I want to play Scales here so that I can Ballista next turn, clear the Jace. Maybe. Or the Scavenger Ooze next turn, to make sure I clear up his graveyards. Seems like most logical choice here is playing with Ballista, because if he targets it for removal with Fatal Push, I can kill Jason in exchange. Whereas I play Scavenger Ooze, it's gonna die. Right, I think he's gonna discard the Jace. Unless he draws something even worse. Discards the Jace. Now our Ballista is gone. We have a Scoos. We can Scoos his Jace. Slow him down a little bit. How many does it need to flip? 5? Yep. Belt Collector. Fatal Push, discard, that's gonna flip. Even if it does flip, I can see the potential of just playing Belt Collector into Scoos here, because he can't remove both. And maybe this is gonna get us somewhere. Because he's gonna cast the push twice. Possible. Not gonna lie, possible. If he does so, be it. I have another Scavenger Ooze, I guess. I don't think he hit a land though. Although, if he did pull Sven to the bin, so he has a land. Otherwise, no reason to drop that. Oh, I took his Legion's End. Yeah, the Legion's End is gone. I took it away. And he's decided not to use the Fatal Push yet. And now he can remove both. Thoughtseize. Interesting. So he's gonna Thoughtseize and then Fatal Push the Ooze, I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay. That seems alright. Now we get to play the Scavenging Ooze. And we have choices since we know he has Thassa's Oracle in hand. He finds Inverter. That's gonna start putting cards on top of the library, which I don't really think I want to happen. Can I get Jace chased down to 3 counters here? What do we want to exile? Jace is a nice target since it's a creature. But then I've got to think about what I want him to have in here and what I don't want him to have. Which I think the worst is the removal here, maybe. Yeah, I can do it in response to Jace. You're right. Okay, so let's just attack Jace. You might be right. Let's just wait with that. No rush. Definitely have to attack Jace here, no matter what. So he's sitting at 3 cards. Yeah, I can eat the Jace in graveyard at end step, hopefully if he doesn't have the Victor time. There's a 4th land, so he might have Inverter right now. Thassa's Oracle? Right now? Really? Okay. That's getting interesting. I'm surprised he's not afraid of losing Thassa's Oracle here. So he +1s Jace. Okay. I think he's gonna pass after this. That was a good time to eat Jace first. And I'll use the other one to eat a... I want to leave the Thought Erasure to him and Thoughtseize to him. Feared Pulse is not great to leave to him since he can cycle it. Opt is pretty bad. But these two are the worst. I want to get rid of Fatal Push and Legion's End here. So Fatal Push first. Then it's our turn. Got a Forest. Could be worse. Could be worse than that. So, he has 1 card in hand. He's at 4 counters on Jace. I want to get rid of Jace here. He's gonna block with Thassa's Oracle. We can exile Thassa's Oracle. Together with a couple more cards at the end of his turn. Let's go ahead to combat first. We'll attack both at Jace. Which I think he's probably gonna block Scavenging Ooze to make sure this is still alive. This way we can eat the Thassa's Oracle in the graveyard. Jace is at 1 counter, so it's not that bad. We can't minus either, and I'm worried about dig through time. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can eat 3 cards. Oh, he surrendered. Nice. Great. I was thinking about nothing. I'm guessing he had an empty card in his hand, like a land or something. That didn't really help him much. So, he lost faith. I think he had a chance there if he drew Inverter followed by Thassa's Oracle, which is pretty low chance. But we finished okay with this league. We got 3-2 record. So yeah, not bad. Could have been better. We got unlucky with the other 2 matches. And overall, this seems pretty good. I thank you guys for watching. I'm glad you guys joined me. Definitely thank you, Plecho, for stopping me and exiling the cards on my turn there. That was a big help. And thank you for the follow as well. That's awesome. And this leak will be posted on YouTube by tomorrow. Hopefully YouTube processes it by tomorrow. And I hope you guys join me on Sunday. Sunday we have a testing of the Absent scales and Absent Super Friend scales with the new cards as usual. Hopefully we get a couple of matches. For now it's at 4 PM, but be on the lookout. Down below you can see the schedule. If it's gonna change, I'm also gonna make a note on the offline screen if we're gonna move the stream to a little bit later time so that we get more games. But for now it's at 4 PM on Sunday, 4 PM Eastern Standard Time. And see you soon, guys. Thanks a lot for joining.